Welcome back to Just Ladies. I am Anjimla, and today I have Shay, and she is the founder of I Can Fly, the Butterfly House. And is there another one? No, there's two. And then the other thing is, they don't know that you're an author. Yes, let's talk about the books that you've written.
Yes.
The first one you wrote was, as I can see here, is Through the Storm, I Am a Woman. Yes? Let's talk about that one. What encouraged you to write it, and what is it about?
Through the Storm was the first book, and it was the most difficult. I wanted to tell stories about women who deal with situations that no one likes to talk about. The book talks to the woman that had the abortion. It talks to the woman who's been physically abused. It talks to the woman who everybody tells her stop and she keeps going, and then she realizes later, I messed up my life. It talks about how you can recover from all of that junk and still be an empowered and awesome woman.
That is amazing. And then now let's talk about the next one, which is I Am a Woman Walking in God's Divine.
Yes, I Am Woman is my story.
Tell us about that.
It talks a lot about all of my struggles and how I came out of them and how I apply different methods, prayers, and walking in hope to overcome my own drama.
Now, my favorite book is the last one. It is my favorite. First of all, the title by itself, Sex and the Single Church System. How to keep your dress on when you want to take it off.
Yes.
What is that?
That book, let me tell you, the title alone, people crack up laughing. When I go out and I promote it and they go, is she serious? And I'm like, yeah. Because people don't think Christian women have desires. It's like you wear the long dress and you're like, and I'm like, hapana. You know, there's a real person under here. And so it talks about a lot about relationships, how to spot the right guy, spot the wrong one, but how you're a real person, and it's okay to have all those desires and feelings. Is what we do with them and kind of how to manage them. And that can be very tricky. So, Sex in the Single Church Sister it's a real talk about what it's like to be a woman and desire sex, and what do we do before Mr. Right comes along.
What drove you to write that book? What encouraged you to write? Were you going through that? Was somebody going through that?
I'm always going through that.
Okay.
That's another show.
I see that.
I'm always going through that. What encouraged me to write it? Because I got tired of hearing people in church say, you're not supposed to feel. You're just feel nothing, think nothing, and you just keep it pushing and keep every man away from you. And I'm like, that's not realistic. I mean, girls are 13 or 14, and they start checking out the guy, they start feeling some stuff. Somebody blows on your neck and you're about to start screaming. Let's be honest. And I wanted to make women feel like you're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you to have those desires before marriage. It's what we do with them before the marriage happens.
And what should they do?
You gotta read the book.
Come on, just a little bit. Tease us.
Well, I talk a lot about boundaries.
And do they work?
Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
So what do you do when they don't?
Trial and error.
So what do you do when you fail?
What do you do when you fail? You get back up. You get back up. And I think one of the things Satan likes to do is make us beat ourselves up so much where we feel like I messed up, I'm not good enough anymore, I can't do this. Yes, you can. If you failed on one exam, it doesn't mean that you failed the whole test. So you keep going.
Are you writing another book?
Yes.
What is it called?
It's called When a Butterfly Speaks.
Wow. When are you going to release it?
It should come out in another year.
Wow.
Right now, my mind is like all over the place with rescues and buildings, but I want people to hear the story of the butterfly.
Okay, so let's go back to the school, the Butterfly House and I Can Fly. Tell us the best story, like the story that you're so proud of, or the child that you're most proud of, the most successful story out of all of the people who have come through this school.
Wow. Because it's all so new. You know, most of the kids are still in Form 2 and 3. But some of their stories where we have girls who have ran away in class 8 and they hid and took a stand and said, no, I will not allow you to mutilate my body.
Wow.
And in spite of the entire family being against them, some of them have been beaten by their own family members. And them saying no. And, you know, someone found them, they were brought to our school and are now prospering.
Yeah.
They now have hope again.
That's beautiful. Let me ask you, what happens when you get a story about a girl who's going through all these things and you decide to go with your rescue team to rescue this girl, and when you reach there, she's like, well, no, I'm here and I want to be here. So what do you do with such girls?
We let them go.
You do?
We let them go, yeah. I am an advocate of happiness.
Yeah.
And if someone tells me, if a young girl, like we had one that was 14 at the time, who ended up being married off, I think her husband was 30 or 35. She said she didn't want to go to school. She wanted to stay with him. She fell in love with him. And I said, okay, are you happy? Is he hurting you? She says, no, he treats me very well. And I'm happy. And I said, okay, but if you ever meet us, if you ever feel hurt or threatened, you call us and we'll come get you wherever you are in this country.
Wow. So do you help other East African, let's say like a girl from Tanzania or a girl from Uganda?
In a minute, you call.
So how do you get to know about those girls? Because most of them are like in rural, deserted areas. Yeah. So how do you get to know those particular kids are the ones who need the help?
Word of mouth. We can't advertise.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm wondering, how do you even know?
Come on camels and mules and donkeys. It's word of mouth.
Okay.
And our rescue partners that we have right now, they have so many kids. We have a waiting list. We can't take them all.
Wow.
So I'm in the process of trying to build the Butterfly House #2.
Wow.
And I'm looking for funding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope somebody will hear and find you.
It's been tough. I mean, Kenyans have been like.
Tell me, how was when you came here? Did you get culture shock? Because it's so different from the U.S. and then you stay in Machakos on top of that.
I love it here, but I like Machakos, but I really love Nairobi because it reminds me of L.A.
So how do you survive in Machakos? I mean, you are a city girl.
I know. It's hard sometimes. I miss being able to get up in the middle of the night and go eat a little sushi or go to the theater and watch a movie. I miss that. Okay.
Do you miss your family? How often do you see them? Do they come here?
My mom comes every year. My dad is upset. He wants me back home.
Okay.
So he finds every excuse to get me back to LA. He's like, okay, Ebola. Daddy, that's in West Africa. Okay, ISIS. Daddy, that's in Iraq.
But what happened when we had Al-Shabaab here?
I said, Daddy, that's not nowhere near Machakos. He's like, I don't care where it is. So we argue a lot. He worries about me.
Which is understandable.
He's a good dad.
Yeah.
So he worries, and I just tell him, I'm where God wants me to be, and you have to trust that and let me fly.
Wow. Okay. Are you ever going to go back?
To live?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just let it flow.
Because when I'm in Los Angeles, I miss it here.
Wow.
When I'm here, I don't miss Los Angeles.
Really? How long have you stayed here?
3 years.
3 years, okay.
Besides going back and forth, I've been living, well, yeah, for 2 years.
Wow. Okay. We love you here, so don't go back.
Well, I'm happy here. I really am.
That's a good thing. Yeah. So what are your future projects considering helping young girls and boys?
I'm building, we're trying to build a whole new campus with a new butterfly house, a new classroom structure with state-of-the-art computers. We have a music program. We were given, what do you call those? Violins and guitars and saxophones. And so we want to teach music and dance. And then I want to go on the road and do some more speaking. And eventually one day start a theater company.
Wow. Here?
Yes.
Wow, that's I wish you nothing but the best in that.
Yes.
You also, the other thing is we didn't talk about that you're a reverend, yes? You're a pastor. Yes. So tell us about that. Where do you do you practice it?
I don't consider myself like one of those people, like a church pastor. To me, my church is everywhere and to everybody. So anybody I meet, when we encourage one another, I give them the word. That's church.
Yeah.
And so, so I'm not a traditional pastor, but I do love the Lord Jesus Christ, and without Him, I would have nothing, and that's my testimony.
Wow. Would you give us your parting shot now?
Well, all I can say to whoever is watching is that the fact that you're watching this program is not an accident. And if you hear my story, you will understand that God can use anyone at any time, no matter where they came from, no matter how little they have. And that you can, whatever it is, if you're going through something that's like difficult or challenging, because you're living and breathing, your story is not over. And that God has an amazing plan for your life. And if you keep hoping, if you keep a little bit of faith, the size of a mustard seed that's smaller than my little pinky nail, you can come out of whatever it is that you're in. And just know you're in the middle of your story and that it's not over. Keep hoping, keep believing, keep trusting the Lord, because with Him, all things are possible.
She's amazing. Thank you so much for watching Just Ladies. I had Miss Sha Givens, and we thank you so much for coming to the show. It was amazing having you. Your story is actually very motivating and very amazing. So go to social media on Facebook, Just Ladies, go to Twitter at Just Ladies, and you can also go to YouTube at TV Cosmopolitan Kenya, and of course also Instagram. We'll put pictures of the show there at Just Ladies _TVC. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night.